What is up, everyone? It's Doc Frame back again. I'm bringing you some more game reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing Maritime Calling. Let's take a look. Alright, so we're going to take a look at Maritime Calling today. I'm joined by TroddenOdin, and over beside him, KillerDNA. And we are going to be, well, they're going to be seeing this for the first time. I did a playthrough, which you're going to be seeing play behind us. And I'm going to explain to them my thoughts about this game and you guys as well. So we'll go ahead and press play here. I do have the volume down. I'm going to bounce through a little bit. I did play through the entire tutorial. Let me go to where you see ship start moving around. Okay, so to tell you guys a little bit about this game, it is almost like a privateer slash pirate simulator as far as like controlling your ship and things like that, and all your crew. You have to manage your crew. There are things like, if you see along the top up there, you have like 20 days of rations. Your crew's opinion of you, they're all 10 of them like you, so you're not gonna have a mutiny. It's a really good concept. Like, I really like the idea. It's focused around naval combat, which is cool. It's a minimalist art style. Like, it's not super high def. Like, you can see, I'm on max settings, and this is the quality you get. You can see the quality level of the crew there and everything else. Now, as far as the tutorial goes, I feel like it could be better. Of course, everything's better with voice acting, and there's no voice acting in this game. But the little panel you see above my head right now kind of tells you what to do. There were a few times that the text was kind of mixed up. The grammar was off. I don't know if this was a foreign-made game or not. But another thing is, you cannot get those boxes off the screen, no matter what you do. And there's a few times where they are very much in the way. And you can't see through them. I mean, the opacity is down just a little bit on them, but like, you still can't see through them enough to actually do what you need to do. Like, see how they're covering up part of the book here? Things like that. Like, you should be able to turn that off. Other than that, the tutorial pretty much told you everything you needed to do. You know, for instance, you have your crew, you have to assign a helmsman, and you cannot steer your ship until he gets to the helm, which I thought was pretty cool. But you can drop the sails before your rigger gets to his position, which I thought was kind of off. The combat, which we're getting ready to see, you have to assign people to the guns, and they have different ratings. Your sailors have, some of them have better aim, some of them have better reload speed, things like that. But then you get into combat, and it's very simple combat. You just broadside and press the F button, and their skill kind of determines how accurate they are. Plus, if you see, well, you can't see here, let me boop. See the little arrow pointing over top of that bullseye symbol? Yeah, that makes them more accurate, makes every shot count, kind of thing is what it's considered. But it really doesn't. I didn't notice any kind of difference. You cannot get closer to them. I don't know if it's just the tutorial, but the let me turn this up just a little bit.
Wait, you're saying you can't, as your ship, get closer to the other ship?
Yeah, and I think it's the AI. They will constantly stay, like, they'll try to stay broadside to you or stay a certain distance from you. No matter, like, whether you have the wind to your advantage or not, it doesn't matter. You can't, like, get in front of them. You can't do anything. They, as you see, they just stay broadside with you constantly. So you're just constantly in this, like, circle with them. Mm-hmm. You can't, there's no maneuvering or anything like that. So it's just who has the most health and who's the most accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of disappointing, because, you know, I feel like one of the best naval combat games that I've ever played was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, right? Okay. And I feel like that game did it right.
Yes, it did.
did it absolutely right. And I feel like this game could definitely improve on that. But other than that, I'm fine with even the simplistic combat, right? You can't really board the other ship. Once you destroy them, they sink, you automatically get their loot. There's no like looting involved or anything like that. So we're going to skip through this a little bit. Now, the next part of the tutorial, we're going to that island on the right. You see that little cove? We're going to be landing there, right? Right here, we're building out our land forces, which are the 5 up here. The foragers is what they call them. You have a blacksmith that you can assign on your ship. He can create like pickaxes, swords, things like that. You also have a cook that can cook up the food you receive. Anything you see here on the screen, basically. You have to fit them out, do the thing. So coming over here, this is how you land, right? You just go up to the icon and then it prompts you. Give it a second. I don't think I got close enough. I thought you had to be like either right up on it or just close to it, but the capture zone is pretty weird. So you interact. And here's where the game absolutely fails for me. Okay, so no animation for going upon shore. None. You just literally go straight to the screen. You select these different areas on the map you see here. There's one that says clams, one that says mines. You guys can see the native village. The other one down below, you can't really see it, just says river. Okay, so you can't directly control your guys at all here. Everything is text-based. So, text events. So here I've got them playing above my head right now. We collected clams. Holy crap. You know, like, so exciting. And there's no voice acting once again. You know, this really ruined the game for me because in my eyes, I expected to be able to play like an RTS style, like control a little group of 5 men and just kind of move around the island, you know, whatever. Even if it had like a small cutscene and then you went to an island, like it loaded a whole new map, you know, whatever. I would have been fine with that. Even with no voice acting and still being able to control your guys going around the map, I would have been fine with that. Yeah. But you can't. And then, so I powered my way through all that, come back to shore, and then you level up your guys, which I feel like the UI for this isn't very intuitive, because you can assign them specialties, is what they call it. And it doesn't really label that anywhere, but if you look at their XP bar right there in the middle, that plus sign that was on the left hand side of that is how you give them special or a specialization. So like I find it here in a minute after like just messing around, but I was actually looking for it and there I found it. So you can give him different specializations. So I made him a gunner, you know, just went through and just clicked them all. But this was pretty much the tutorial. That's all it was. I have to say I was pretty disappointed. I had high hopes for this game because I liked the idea behind it, but I feel like it was poorly executed. What do you guys think?
I feel like if you're craving ship combat, you'd probably just go with Assassin's Creed, or maybe hold out for Skull and Bones coming out, which is just Assassin's Creed combat.
Yeah, honorable mention.
Yeah, a whole game of it.
Yeah, a whole game of it. Yep. Even made by the same people.
So I've never been like a huge naval combat fan. Like I didn't like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. All of it felt repetitive. And then I even tried to go down the Sea of Thieves path. Wasn't for me.
I didn't like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, but I mean, I know there's an audience for it, and maybe they would love this, especially with the, you know, more sim aspect to it. Vice, the whole action, explosions, fucking boarding. Although boarding, I think, is one of the most fun aspects to naval combat. So maybe something that they can do with this game is add a boarding mechanic. Even though, yes, the gameplay is not really designed around that, but even just like chance encounters and shit. Yeah, something like that, like D&D dice roll type shit.
Which is how everything goes in this game, as far as like when you're exploring the island and stuff. Anyway, it goes by dice roll.
Yep. Yeah, so you could absolutely do that for the like boarding activities. But yeah, I think players really want to see how they're affecting the world, right? So having something like a cinematic or whatever, I think is pretty invaluable, you know?
Yeah. What did you think, DNA?
I mean, I like the concept. I love the fact that you could actually manage your ship, manage your crew, make them better at certain things, maybe even add on to that if there was like a first mate, stuff like that. More pirate lore things in a sense, for positions wise. Maybe something more along maybe a market, if there's actually a market in there, like you go to a port and you actually sell goods, stuff like that.
There is,
like, making it okay. So that simple like thing, like management of a ship, management of your goods, management of your crew, that's awesome. Great concept. Love a game like that. That would be amazing. I have a problem with the text thing though, because most people, in my opinion, when they're gonna go treasure hunting, I don't think they want to do like a text space. They want to go, like you said, also boarding. Like Black Flag has the boarding. Their treasure hunts are different in a sense as well, but still, like, even when they manage when they manage other ships in their fleet, like I would like to see something even maybe like that as well, where you can manage a fleet of ships and stuff like that. Like, make it more thing, not too many things to manage, but enough to add to the lore of, you know, what pirates actually did, and then add a little bit more in sense of like boarding and stuff like that.
Basically,
maybe even negotiating
the depth of it.
Yeah, I want them to increase the depth.
Well, see, it's not necessarily just a private game or a pirate game. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you can be a privateer. You can be a merchant. Like, there's all kinds of things you can do. It's just it's all based around naval management and combat.
Yeah. Which I'm a big fan of. So,
were there cosmetics in the game? Is there a chance to earn cosmetics? Anything like that?
You can upgrade your ship and add to it, things like that. But your character's no. You never even see your main character. So like, or at least not in the tutorial. I didn't play base game. This is all coming off of 20 some minutes of tutorial, and you know, in the tutorial there wasn't enough for me to want to play more of the game, because I felt like they had a lot of missed opportunities. And one of the big ones for me was like, once you got on the island, like that takes it from an action management RPG style game, which it does have RPG elements to it. Yeah, it takes it from that to an extremely casual, very slow paced game. Yep. Like, and I feel like that kind of ruined the pace of the game. Especially like coming straight out of combat and then going straight to an island in this tutorial, even like it just took the pace and just bottomed out. You know,
that makes sense. Yeah,
that's what it did for me anyway. So I mean, I'm gonna be nice and give this game a 3 out of 10. Hey, if you guys enjoyed this content, hit that like button. Subscribe and ring the notification bell so you get notified anytime we post up a new video. And check out this playlist and this gameplay footage right over here.